The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Not your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny.
I'm Marvelous,
I'm not your average Joseph.
and we are the Podical Sons. Let's start this show. How you feeling today?
I'm kind of jealous, man. My phone looked like the geriatric model compared to yours over there.
New phone, who this?
It's a brand spanking new.
Bitches. Oh, no, I can't say that because, you know, that might make me gay. You say it like that.
Depends. Did you say with a sass? Or you, like, did your head nod when you
Nah, I didn't say it with the wrist and the head nod and everything.
Then you might
like
be able
that.
to get away with it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we'll get into some things and stuff today. We'll get into some things today because I feel like the climate of man has been changing.
Right.
And I know you and we saw a documentary and stuff on what is a woman, but today I want to ask you, what is a man?
What is a man?
Now, before you start with that, whatever, you want to go with the poll first, or you want to just jump in on that? Let's go with the one poll. The one controversial poll.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Right. And we'll start with that.
Okay, so the one controversial poll was saying, is girl code a real thing? Now, we were in conversation
Right.
a while back with your wife,
Mhm.
and she allegedly said that girl code is a real thing.
Right.
And I laughed and I said, ha 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 ha.
Right.
And went to social media.
And this came up because of the whole other thing with the girl inviting her man to Girls Week.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. That it came from there or whatever, right? And so when I took it to the masses and everything like that, I want to say 96% said girl code is a real thing.
Girl code's a real thing.
So I asked specific women and stuff, and I'm like, could you name your girl code?
Yeah.
Crickets.
Nothing?
Crickets chirped. I feel like some women just want to state the claim and stuff of like some men. Like, oh, they got bro code. We got girl code. So I'm like, so just tell me. Tell me three.
Yeah.
Tell me three.
Three.
They couldn't tell me three. The collective, different women kept saying and stuff was like, well, one main girl code is that you shouldn't fuck a friend's man.
Right.
But we know how that goes.
Right.
We got sisters fucking sisters, man, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. That's a wannabe code.
So that's what I'm
They
saying.
can't adhere to that one.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think girl code is a real thing to me, but I mean to the masses.
I always thought they had the one code where you can't go out wearing the same thing. Or you can't wear the same outfit within a certain vicinity of time.
Yes.
When I last wore it.
I feel like that might be a girl code
I
thing
think
and stuff,
that-
whatever,
yeah.
too. But then it's so funny too, because one day I was talking to a friend, and even I think my girl said, and like it was like a few people and stuff whatever, but they were going through like a different woman's IG.
Right.
And they're looking like, They just did like a hyper scroll and they're like, didn't she wear that outfit on the other post way up here closer to the top? And I was like, yikes. So I'm like, I guess if you're seen in it, burning it or something like that,
Yeah.
I guess. But I guess for guy code and stuff, like when it comes to wardrobe and everything like that, is there something?
Wardrobe wise?
Yeah.
Thou shalt not wear briefs. that's the only thing. That's the only guy code I can think of.
Tidy whities is a no-no?
Tidy whities is a no-no. No.
Tidy whities is a no-no.
Boxer briefs are acceptable.
I bought my son boxer briefs.
Boxer
early.
brief is acceptable.
I remember back in the day, I had the He-Man, the He-Man underwear.
The He-Man shorts.
Yeah, the one with the He-Man on the butt cheeks and the Ninja Turtles on the butt cheeks and everything like that. So I had those, but I was like, I think when I got old enough, probably like 3rd, 4th grade, probably boxers.
Boxers.
It was probably boxers and stuff that reigned supreme and stuff in my world since. Boxers and boxer briefs.
Clothing wise, I don't know of anything else clothing wise. I mean, I guess you can't wear anything that might be considered too feminine.
I don't know. I thought this was a staple for like towards guy code that you always need that at least a black suit.
Yeah.
At least a black suit. So
Yeah.
that's why sometimes it's kind of foreign to me. Like when I go to certain funerals and everything like that, and I don't see people like, or I don't see men in a black suit, and be like, you just breached bro code. Like I see one.
Stop trying to be different.
Yeah, like It's a black suit. That's it. Just one black suit.
That's it.
You need and stuff, whatever, right? And just like, do alterations or everything and stuff to that. But that be that. So let's play, man. Let's talk.
All right.
What is a man? Not your average Joseph. Let me get my Barbara Walters hands. R.I.P. Barbara Walters.
At one point, having a penis used to be suffice to make that leap that you're a man. Yeah, it's not, now you gotta.
Is it attachable, detachable, or is it attached to the
This
skin?
is the thing. It's no longer a leap. Now you gotta do like a whole bound this time around because.
So a definition of a man to you is you have to have a penis.
I think you have to have the biological makeup.
Biological makeup. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
For me, what is a man? I want to say yes. You have to be born with a penis, tallywhacker, dick, sausage attached to the body.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
I think that's my basic cut of it. Now, today's times, you're absolutely right. Shit's changing and stuff like that. It goes all over the place and stuff. You got trans men out here. They used to have a vagina. I guess they sealed the hole and converted into a pole.
I think that's how it works.
Is that what it is now? Okay.
I'm not entirely sure how they seal the hole or how they convert the hole, but it seems to be that's.
Well, they said.
So wait a sec. Do they give you like prosthetic balls to go to just enhance the look?
I don't know. That is a good damn question.
Because I mean, as you're kind of making that transition, right? You kind of want it to look like the real thing. The real thing's attached to 2 set of balls.
Are you brave enough to watch a trans porn?
I'm brave enough to ask.
No, you're not
verbally hear the answer.
So you're not brave enough to watch a trans porn just to see the clip?
Just for research?
Yeah, just for research.
Just to see the clip?
Just
see what you did.
Just to see the clip. Just to see if you see like anything dangling. I would assume.
Let us know if it's part of the aesthetics, the balls.
See, I would assume. Let me say this. I would assume that it wouldn't really be too much of like ball theory.
Right.
The reason I say ball theory and stuff is because I feel like some dudes and stuff, whatever, they might shrivel up kind of close.
Yeah.
And everything, and some dudes and stuff, whatever, just will hang.
Right.
So I think they might kind of not semi skip it, but I think they might just kind of like make like a little filler pocket area. Right. For aesthetic purposes.
For aesthetic purposes.
Because I don't think what's the functionality?
I mean, because again, aesthetics, right?
Like, are they busting off nuts?
Because women, they'll have the dildo with just it's just a rocket shape. Yeah. But then some of them will have them with like the little rubber balls attached to it too.
Yeah, for aesthetic purposes.
But
that might be the stoppage zone.
That could be.
Yeah, because they're like, they can't go super deep. Like, the balls is deep. The limit. Balls deep. That's it. Okay. Do women have it easier than they think they do?
I think they have way easier than they think they do.
Oh, talk about it. I feel the same way. Talk about it. How you feel?
Yeah, I think they overcomplicate things, man. Well, actually, I don't know if I think that anymore. More being on the lines of knowing that they overcomplicate things. Yeah, but I think a lot of times they're struggling to have power where they never had power before and have totally forgot how to use the power that they previously had that was getting them everything that they got in the first place.
So if I'm looking from a North American standpoint, I want to look at it and say, like, let's say the 1920s when women are starting out, like coming into the work world and everything like that.
Right.
Right. I want to say just about, I guess we're like in the over the 100-year mark of that. And men have been working from like time.
Yes.
Right. So I look at it stuff as where the catch up for them, I think they want everything to be equal yoke.
Right.
Or equal playing field.
Right.
In a short time span and stuff for them. Like if men been working for like hundreds of years.
Yeah.
For them with the 100th year, I think this is where I think like a lot of them get the disparity and stuff like, we need to be everything equal and stuff, but shit takes time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not only does shit take time, you're talking about a role reversal, when you really look at it, it's not equal, right? Because if we now say, okay, we're gonna take on the role of, let's say, the housewife, right? Certain things that you may be expected to you as being a housewife, you may not get because you don't have the housewife look or the housewife charm.
You can't be charming in an apron?
Yeah, I can be charming in the apron, but maybe the butcher might not like me charming in the apron. Maybe the places where I go, I can't necessarily go and just hang out freely because I'm a man.
True.
You make it easier for us to be accessible in those roles, the more likely or the more likelihood that a male will feel more comfortable in playing those roles and accept the fact that, okay, you can play that role too.
See, I feel like that aspect and stuff, whatever, is more on a personal individuality type of thing because it's what you make it.
Right.
So I feel like if I was that house husband and stuff that had to go to the butcher and go to all the type of places, I will make the correlation and make the friend rapport and all that type of stuff for me to get the sales.
Right.
Hey, Sal, how's, what's hanging with the meats?
Yeah.
And you're like, blah, blah, blah. This is going on. You good, Marv? All right. Dap up. And I go on my merry way.
You're right. You have the personality like that. But after Sal might dap you, he might, once you leave the store, he might reach back and say, yo, Bert, what? Yeah, that was Marv the sis. He came to buy some meat. His wife usually buy the meat, but he out here buying the meat now. He should have been out there working. See what I mean? Like that's the stigmatism that's facing us when we're with the role reversal.
So it's men attacking men then on that aspect.
Men attacking men. You have some women. Come on, you just read me a list of shit that men can't do from women.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Okay, so let me ask you this then. When men are talking to a woman and stuff like that, some women might take it as mansplaining. Is there such thing as womansplaining?
There's definitely such thing as a womansplaining.
Well, what's womansplaining?
When they're doing it from their point of view and not taking consideration of your point of view.
So that's womansplaining. So that's all the time.
But both men and women do it, though.
So why? Okay.
Both men and women do it.
So why is there no key concrete word for like womansplaining, but I've always heard mansplaining?
No, there's no concrete words for them. It's just us, Marv.
See, I feel like we can't have those kind of convos. So okay, bring it back to this dude thing now. Whatever, right? Dudes and tagging dudes. Who is it? Society or men place boxes on men on what men can do?
Society, I think.
Why? But you just said it was a guy, the butcher dude.
But the butcher's doing that way because he was trained to think that way by society. That he's typically saying to you that you can't come in and buy this meat because it's typically a woman's job because she's the housewife. Now that the roles is reversed, why are you playing a house husband for? Well, I can play a house husband. My wife is out there. She's making more than 500 grand a year.
Right.
Why wouldn't I stay at home?
Right.
Now he's looking at you like, I don't care how much she's working. You're a lazy man because society says a man's supposed to go out and work. So you're not doing your job, Marv. I mean, they're not.
No. Point taken.
But that's society telling him.
I feel like it's men because I feel like everybody's in charge of their own individuality and stuff, whatever, right? So I look at it stuff as where it's not society. I look at it stuff like if your wife is making that bread,
right,
and my wife isn't, and I'm the butcher and stuff like that. It's more, I'm speaking from more of a jealousy kind of point of view. Be like, damn it, I wish I could be home, let my nuts hang, drink a damn beer, and cook a few things.
But his wife is probably in the back too saying, you're damn right, Marvin Soft. I'm glad that you're here with me, chopping up this meat and serving the meat to Marv, which should be served to his wife. It's a society. It's going to take women who want that power of equality in the man's world. They're going to have to help make it acceptable for men to have that power in the woman's world. And some of them might not even want to give that up to a man.
Submission.
Well, that part, that whole part of life, that cushy part of, because for some it's cushy, right?
It's war. Those are war words. Words of war. Submit to your man. They're like, I beg your pardon. You see, I feel like in today's time, a man Like there's so many rules and stuff that is to be a man. And like I want to say a straight man or a hetero man.
Right.
Right? And I look at it stuff as where certain things that a straight man or hetero man would do won't hesitate to push him over to like the gay side or something, or being called gay and everything like that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And that was part of like the list.
Right.
Part of the list and stuff like that, right? Let's just read some of these quick fun stuff from like this list. As a man, why are you excited for your birthday? Men are not allowed to be excited for your birthday.
I guess not.
You can't say birthday countdown and birthday in a few
You're
days.
supposed to say whatever. Oh, it's my birthday today? Shit.
As a man, why are you smiling in your pictures? Like, because I like my teeth?
I'm happy.
I'm happy. Got my teeth. You know what's wild though? I took a photo one time and stuff, whatever, with a woman.
Yeah.
And she's like, you smiling too much. I was like,
Tone your smile down. Tone your smile down.
As a man, why are you short? There's no such thing as short men. I thought tall men was the 1%, like was in a.
There's like 1%.
They're like a
1.6, and if you factor in the ones that might be cheating on you, it drops down even lower.
As a man, why are you running to catch a bus? So every man is supposed to be driving, and like I don't understand about that aspect.
Yeah, and you know the bus drivers are usually friendly when you give them one of these to show them that you're a fellow man trying to get to work on time.
What is this a woman driving a bus? She might be like, why are you running for a bus?
Yeah. You look so gay.
Oh my gosh. As a man, why are you on social media? I don't understand. I don't understand that. We talked about you guys talking about me being a spy for not being on social media and everything.
Well,
like
you're
that.
real. I mean, in some cases on the list, you're a real man. When we get to other ones marked on the list, then I mean, you're just one of us.
Yeah, I don't do the birthday thing. I don't announce my birthday, so I'm a man.
Yeah.
No, I smile at some photos. I'm short.
Yeah.
Did I run and catch up? I haven't ran for a bus in like.
I've ran for a few buses in my lifetime.
I think more in
teenage
stage?
It started off as a run in the teenage years. I think as it got a little older, it was like the quick step until you realize it's like the quick step's not going to catch you, so you just kind of walk it off. And then just after that, it just became the quick walk.
The quick walk?
The quick walk.
You gangbanging up? Yo, what the hell?
Yeah. Hey, yo, you call him to the bus driver like he can hear you. No, just walk. If he waits, he waits. But you can't run no more.
How are you with conversations with men? Besides myself, because we talk about everything.
Yeah.
And there's no taboo and no holds bar and stuff like that. Do you feel comfortable talking to other men about certain other things? Or do you limit yourself and stuff like that with conversations with men?
I guess it depends on the context of the conversation.
So what if a guy friend of yours and stuff just kind of came to you directly and stuff and said, yo, Smooth, my woman want to put a finger in my butt.
I'd have to ask, is that the type of thing that you like? Because then maybe she could put a finger in your butt.
Oh, so you want yuck his yum. Okay.
Yeah, no. Why would I want to yuck his yum for?
Would you feel comfortable to talk about your kink to another man?
I mean, I wouldn't just broadcast it. But I mean, I guess, like I said, it would be the context of the conversation. If we're talking about stuff and what we like from what we don't like, and then in the midst of the conversation, like it comes up, then I might be like, yo, I don't mind when my wife does this and do that. And he might be sharing the same thing, but just sitting down and saying, I like a finger up my ass out of the middle of nowhere.
Well, no, because I look at it as women have conversations all the time about like their sex toys. Right? And I don't know if even certain dudes might even have those. Remember those sex dolls and stuff that was popping off?
The twerking butt?
No, not the twerking butt, like the thick ass one, whatever. The one that looks like the titties and the butt.
Right.
And everything. I'm looking like that shit like it was about, you probably get a car cheaper than those things.
Yes.
And I was looking at something like, some dudes might even have that in their house. You wouldn't even know. Because I rarely hear a guy talking about what kind of sex toys they have.
But I think, see, again, I think it's more a stereotypical thing than a man-to-man thing. Whereas we've been trained that even going out and purchasing a toy for your satisfaction is not a manly thing.
Who trained them?
Just the thought, just society itself just took.
But society made the sex toys. So I don't think it's society.
Society made the sex toys, but when they first made the sex toys, it was all just marketed towards women. Right? Let's think about it. When sex toys first came out, there was no such thing as a sex toy marketed to man. And if there was, it was just like a hush taboo thing. Like,
blow up doll. Blow up dolls have been popping since like the 70s.
Blow up doll, yeah. The blow up doll. But you were considered a real perv to go into the shop to buy a blow up doll. Even if you wanted a blow up doll, he would have just been like, I don't know, the guy behind the counter might judge me. Whereas women were more free and liberated to go buy whatever toy they wanted.
I see, that's how I disagree, because I feel like women and stuff, some women have that shame and stuff and everything too. If they're going to go buy like their sex toys and everything, I think online kind of made things a lot more discreet and personal for people to feel comfortable buying those things. But I feel like if a woman was to go to the counter, she might be like...
I will agree with what you're saying, that women talk about their sex toys more than I don't think men ever do.
We hear about mad conversation about the rabbit, the bullet, the rose.
Well, women will go tell other women which to go buy and go try.
Right, and so a man won't even just jump up and be like, yo,
yeah, I bought the sex
twerking
doll
butt cheeks.
I bought the sex doll last week.
I bought the twerking butt cheek doll, whatever. Them cheeks though. Trust. You should buy one of those things. You'd be like, really? you bought it?
Go get you a real woman.
Shame. That's mad. That's not society. I feel it's mad.
I see a bad. Okay, I see what you're saying when a man would say that.
Yeah, because I was like, me personally, I think most of my kinks stuff, whatever, I probably done damn near explored. I don't try to go too off to the things that I don't feel comfortable with.
Right.
So I look at it stuff as like, if I'm having a conversation and like, let's say conversation, then it kind of came up in those lines and stuff, whatever. These are the things I do.
Right.
Like I said, I don't fear no man but God. So I look at it as like, I don't give a fuck what you think about me.
Yeah.
I don't care what most people think. So I'll say what I want to say. But then a lot of guys and stuff whatever won't say certain type of things because it's the ridicule. Especially in like, okay, we come from West Indian Jamaican culture and stuff whatever.
Right.
Look how quick they'll say, yo, Batiman, fish, all this type of stuff that fast and drop off a hat.
Right.
Right? So I feel like a lot of times it'd be like the culture and stuff or the society plays a factor and stuff.
Plays a factor.
But I feel like it's the man that still kind of keeps it alive.
Because in the Caribbean case, I would say yes. That's what's being perpetuated right now. It's the men, right? I think the women are more acceptable to it. The men are more acceptable to the women being freaks than to admit they're freaks themselves, right? And then on top of that, the society in general is becoming more acceptable to those things, right? To just like sexual nature on a whole, whether you want to be heterosexual or whether you want to be homosexual. It's slowly, like at one point, it's like you had to hide that stuff. Now there's spots in the Caribbean, in places like Jamaica and places like Trinidad where gay people can go. Right? And not feared to be ridiculed. So as that part of it grows, things have to change, right? It's like at some point, like the common beliefs that you held before, you can no longer hold those.
But how long do you think it'll take for those things to slowly change over? Because I look at it as stuff where gay people have been here from like the beginning of time.
Yes.
Right? And let's say if Toronto, the city of Toronto itself wasn't accepting of him like way back when, and then eventually you had Church Street and then you had the bathhouses thing that we were hearing about and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That came up, I want to say, from decades, because if we look at it from the beginning of time to like AD, you know, like after Christ and all that type of stuff, like to the 60s, 1960s to 70s.
Yeah.
Finally, you kind of, they're now getting a push.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? But then now you split the groups and stuff on two kinds of men now. You see some gay men and you have straight men and stuff like that now, right? And now I want to feel like damn near everything possible you can do as a gay man. As a straight man, you might be looked at. Like same thing with the shopping thing. The shopping for the meats.
Right.
I think if any man hunting meats is kind of funny.
Stop going to the butcher.
I mean, I'm programmed. I'm trying to deprogram some of the bullshit. But I look at it like that. So like the window of like straight men, what are allowed to do compared to like the popular or like the window for like gay men and stuff is like so vast.
Right.
Like you have to be like me as a young black man growing up and stuff like from like the hoods and the ghettos and stuff of like, you know, like from Miami to Ohio and all that type of stuff and everything like that.
Yeah.
You had to have a particular type of persona, not to look soft.
Right.
You had to look kind of hard. You had to move kind of like, you know, in a type of manner and everything, carry yourself a type of way.
I get it.
And you know what I'm saying? Like that's, I want to say for me, for safety purpose.
Right.
And then now I want to say now it's more of a situation where like right now I don't give a fuck. But some people and stuff are still holding on to that persona.
Yeah, yeah.
They still have to like, you know, carry themselves a particular type of way because a man can't really be a man like or be a person they want to be.
Right. With that being said, do you think it's more of those who are still holding on to the persona? Do you think it's more of just stuck in ways and are not willing to change because some of the atmosphere around them may not be it might not be the same as it was before?
The atmosphere might have slightly changed, but I realize a lot of people want change, but they don't like change. What I mean by that and stuff is tons of people will say some shit like, what if we can do this? Or what if life was like this? Well, okay, there's a butterfly effect. If that's going to take place, something else has to probably give.
Okay.
And then people have a problem and stuff with that aspect and stuff, right? So like if their whole world and stuff is already set up to say like, I'm going to keep on this tough persona and everything like that and just, you know, gang it through.
Yeah.
And everything, the world might have changed around them and stuff and let them know like, hey, you don't have to keep up the persona and stuff like that.
You don't have to be the tough guy.
But their thing and stuff is that I'm already kind of stuck like this because once I switch up, it's a problem.
Yeah.
So I think it's more of the individual that has to kind of make the choice.
Right.
Because the change from the society and stuff is gonna come.
Yeah.
Like a period of time, like there was a time where they made the Model Ts with no fucking seatbelts.
Mm-hmm.
And then not every car has a seatbelt. Right? It's like you know better, you do better. But a lot of times stuff there, people just don't want to do better and stuff in general.
Right.
Right? Like that's the scary thing and stuff, especially like moving as a man through in today's world, in today's time. Because you might be like, oh shit, like, you know, I might want brunch.
Right.
You can't go on the street.
You can't do brunch.
You can't do brunch.
You can't do brunch.
You look like,
and typically when you ever see image of a brunch time crowd, it's usually
couples?
Either couples or a group of women, one guy or two guys. But you never really see a group of guys.
You want to go for brunch one day, Smooth?
Yeah, I mean, we can go for brunch right now, man. What time is it? I'm feeling peckish.
You know what I'm saying?
Can I use peckish?
You can use peckish, man. With me, there's no rules, baby.
I'm just making sure.
There's no rules. Do you think masculinity is disappearing from North America?
I think so.
Why?
Because a lot of things that I think, there's a fear of being toxic with certain traits, right? So because of that, we kind of hold back what we consider would make us be or feel more manly, like complimenting a woman.
That make you feel more manly?
I think that used to make us feel like, hey, like I'm a gentleman. Like I can compliment a woman's beauty and I can do it in a way where it's not tacky or it's not
tasteful.
Yeah. But now if you even say something that's not even tacky or distasteful, it's like, get away, you abusing man. So now you'll be like, okay, well, let me take that out of my, what I considered maybe manly or maybe gentleman repertoire. Right? Now then, you might have done certain things before, like playing football or roughhousing, right? Now it's, oh, well, you're hitting too hard. You're hitting your opponent too hard, and maybe you should be less aggressive when you play.
Are you saying?
But the whole point of playing football is it's an aggressive sport.
Let me ask you, like, do you think men or boys and stuff, whatever, like they're prone to like fighting, prone to like violence, prone to like, like combat?
I think, yeah. I think that's
like,
part of
that's
nature.
innate?
I think that's part of nature. I think that has the whole thing to go back to like hunter-gatherer, protector. You know what I mean? It's like, I think before, when, if you're looking at older societies and they encourage roughhousing, they encourage roughhousing as a way to teach you how to defend yourself. Not to really go out and be like an aggressor, but you got to know how to defend yourself if somebody's going to come and attack you and your family, right? But it's not, I don't think it's seen that way no more.
So what about the modern man who's never been into a fight before? Would you consider him a man? Oh shit! I laughed too loud. That don't make me a man.
I consider him fighting to be one.
Whoa! Because I feel like in today's society, we're hypersexualized,
right,
and we're hypersensitive.
Yeah.
Right? So I look at it where even the fighting aspect and stuff like that, to me, I look at it stuff as where if I had like two little boys, if I had two little boys and they were to like have like a disagreement or something, I watch it.
Right.
I watch it until it got to a degree. Yeah. I might feel like, this is yeah.
Somebody might get hurt.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I look at him like, as an older dude, I want to say, looking at two younger kids, like I was in Cleveland one time and I seen two younger kids of slap boxing. Right. Right. And it was entertaining to me. Yeah. Because I like the younger one was kind of holding his guard, and the older one was kind of like, oh, you ain't got no hand. Bah, bah. He just kind of he moved fast and stuff, but the younger one was trying to keep up and stuff. I'm like, okay, it can make me feel comfortable that like eventually he might be able to defend himself. Right. That's not happening in today's time. Yeah. Because now they're looking at stuff as like, oh, it's now bullying. Right. So now we come to the point where like, oh, you're not, if you're trying to do too much of manly things, it's now toxic, and now it's form of bullying, and that's not the type of man we want in our world today. Right. So most of these dudes don't know how to fight. And that's how most of these dudes know how to pick up guns. Yeah. Because some of these dudes can't slap box for shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And then when they even if they get locked up, they go in and stuff with her. You ain't got no gun. And it's gonna take some kind of movement and stuff to even get a shank off and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, we've been removing certain type of factors and stuff to let boys be boys, in my opinion. And that's why we have a different type of men in our climate today.
Yeah, I can see it. I could definitely see it. And then again, the men who are afraid to be men because society is saying it's toxic. Like, don't go up and speak to a girl. That's at one point you had to give yourself the bravery and courage to do that. Yeah. Now you just, where do you get your bravery and courage? What motivates you to have bravery and courage nowadays as a man?
Do you put that on the YouTube, the Me Too movement?
I'll put it slightly on it. Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. So you think the Me Too movement worked?
Hard to say. Oh. Hard to say that it worked in what sense? That it's stopped the harassment of women?
I want to say change the climate of harassment for women, but I feel like certain things and stuff was already implemented, but I feel like it was more of a witch hunt. Right. My opinion. Like to say like, all right, if we thought Larry at work was kind of, sleazy and stuff before, add the Me Too in it, we got to get Larry the fuck up out of here. Right. I feel like that's what the Me Too movement and stuff kind of did. Right. And I feel like the same guys you were saying about like that the muster the courage to say like, you know, hey, how you doing today and stuff like that.
Right.
They look like, well, fucking, I'm not trying to take no charge or anything like that and call it a day.
Right.
But then you have another set of women looking like, I'm getting dressed in jazzy and stuff, and ain't no dudes even complimenting me and stuff for that. But I'm like, we live in a post-Me Too world.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was out a few times and stuff, and I remember like, I even said some shit like on the level of like consent, and some women looking like, are you fucking trying to kill the mood? But I'm looking like, I don't know. I don't know. Society will allow me to be who I was.
I don't know if you've seen this clip on IG, but it's going on with this Filipino kickboxer, or it was I don't know, kickboxer or UFC fighter. He wins this match, and at the end of the match, when he's taking a picture, right, he goes and he grabs the ring girl and he like draws her close to him to take the picture, because that's how they usually take the photo, right? Grabs
in the Philippines.
Philippines, I guess, whenever they have.
I never see nobody take a photo with a ring chick.
Oh, I guess it might be a Philippine thing, right? So he grabs her close, but I guess she was far away. So the way he brought her in, and he had the trophy in one hand, they were saying, "Oh, that's sexual abuse." And dude was just like, "No, I'm bringing her close for a photo, right?" So then,
yeah, but he don't know her though.
But then hold on. So he must have won. I think it was the next fight after that, and the next fight after that, she's coming close because this is what they do. She's coming close to get ready for the photo, and he literally walks away, and he's like, no, like he's trying to like go as far. She's coming close, and he's literally running around the ring from her because like, no, like the last time we did this, y'all had me up for like I'm sexually harassing you. So, and then finally she just got him to step, and the dude just like. He didn't want no parts of her at all. And I'm like, bro, I don't blame you, man.
I feel like the Me Too thing kind of changed the world. Did it work? No. But I think it put like a lot of people on like high alert and high guard.
Yeah.
Men wise.
Yeah.
Because it's now created a space where if you were that kind of older dude and you were stuck in your ways.
Right.
And you knew you were out of the workforce or the work world and stuff, and they're like, this shit didn't mean nothing to you. But to the younger demographic and stuff like when they know they had at least another 10 years to go, they move kind of different. They move kind of different. Because even myself, I know I move kind of different and stuff and everything like that when it comes to certain type of words, because I have one boss and everything like that. She wore a dress one day and it really caught my eye. Yeah. And then I didn't realize it was her until like from the side. So then I was like, oh, you look nice today. Just today? So I'm like, you look nice like every day. Shit, but you only said today and stuff for her. So I was like, I can't compliment you every day because it's going to come off sexual harassment. Yeah. And she's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. Ask HR. And then I think the HR chick and stuff was probably like outside in the hall. Right. I'm like, you there. I called her by her name, like, come here. If I was to compliment her every day, her outfit, she's like, well, that's kind of borderline of sexual harassment. I'm like, thank you. No further questions. Defense rests this case. So I'm like, you can't win.
No.
You can't win. That's what I feel and stuff. So I feel like,
it only takes one off day when her mood is not in it, when she's not in the mood for the compliment.
I let the church say amen.
It don't just, she's not in mood for the compliment to say, why you always, there's a problem.
Oh, Dios míos. Yo. Are men allowed to complain today? Are you allowed to complain as a man?
I think we're allowed to complain as a man.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think that's part of that's part of your training to take away your toxicity. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, you complaining is allowing you to free yourself, get rid of your anger.
I feel like some women still look at you like a bitch ass dude.
But they do.
I feel like, okay, so you're not allowed to complain then.
No, you're allowed to complain. I didn't say.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that they're gonna accept you complaining. You're allowed to do it, Barb. It's encouraged. It's still looked at as a bitch ass thing, yes, but it's encouraged.
Oh, it's so hard to be a man.
It's
so hard.
It is.
They want you to talk about your feelings.
Talk about your feelings.
They be like, yo, you never
talk about your feelings. Yo, what's wrong with you, nigga?
Why are you crying for? Man the
up.
fuck up. Yo, you can't. It's so hard. I remember I talked to one woman, right? I was seeing a woman and stuff like that. And she said, you know what? She said to me, she's like, you kind of overshare your feelings a little too much. And I was like, holy shit.
I didn't come here for all of this.
yeah. I was like, did you only come here for dick? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, but I'm like, you like a guy with a sensitive side? She's like, yeah. So I was like, I think I'm too sensitive for you. I'm not the one for you. I think you should get out. She's like, no, but you could. I'm like, no, don't try to change me. You know, go find what you're looking for out there.
Looking for.
Because
let me be.
I look at it where, okay, I think you and I, and this is where people have to understand this stuff. You and I are in a different kind of pool,
right?
Where we have a podcast, right? We have a show, and we're vocal or stuff, and we don't, adhere to like the taboos of conversation,
right?
So we're in that kind of space and stuff where I want to say we're like the 1%ers of like men in conversation,
right?
Because there's some men and stuff who won't even say some type of thing. I feel like women are more vocal in a hetero relationship.
Right.
And they will kind of be opened up of some things and stuff and they'll kind of expose. In a gay relationship, I don't know. I've never been in a relationship with a man, have no plans to be in a relationship with a man.
Right.
But I would probably assume that they will kind of be more vocal with each other because it's kind of be like, you're not being a man right now. We're like, you're not being a man. Be like, oh, stop it. The two lip presses and stuff go in and then all of that. But I don't feel like you can complain as a man because I remember OG told me stuff. You can't argue with a woman.
Right.
So I'm looking like, I'm not trying to argue with a woman and stuff. He's like, yeah, but women just expect you to just be a man, shut the fuck up and save the day.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's how I got into this, like my sexist state of mind and stuff where I'm looking like, this is what I'm used to.
Yeah.
Women are going to come to you with a problem and then you got to solve problem. And then now women will come to you with a problem. They don't want you to solve a problem. They just want to vent.
They want you to hear the problem.
They want you to hear the problem, not solve it and everything like that. And you're just like...
Don't mansplain my problem away.
But then now, when you have a problem, you be like, I don't know. Like, what do you want to do stuff about it? Everything like
so what's your problem? So what's the problem?
Man can't complain, man. Man can't complain. What about... Okay. Do you think male feminists hate men? Or are they just looking for a pussy?
I think they're just looking for pussy.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Explain on that.
I think they feel like the more they side with the women, the more sympathy they can draw, and the more they can appear to be not like the men who they're against. And if you're not like the men that I'm against, then maybe you might be the man for me.
I can see that. I just always felt like it's okay. Every woman doesn't have to be a feminist.
No.
So I felt like men don't have to be like, it's like the latter. Because I look at stuff as like, you're built like me. I would assume, like random dude, but like, you're built like me and stuff, whatever. You might have different skin tone, which might give you a little bit access or privilege to certain type of spaces and worlds and stuff like that. But if we're talking on sex-wise,
right,
we kind of have like the same kind of issues.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what race, at age 50, most men, their prostate starts to enlarge.
Right.
I'm going to say men are probably from places from like, probably like in South America, their prostate enlarges a slower rate due to the foods in their diet, the things in their region and stuff like that, right?
Got it.
But I want to say, especially like in North America and other places, Africa, Asia, and all the type of places, men's prostates enlarge. The way how our plumbing and stuff is just built. Right? So we're going to go through some of the same problems, the same adversities and stuff, whatever, to a degree. Like I said, the racial aspect and stuff, whatever, us as human beings or things we haven't conquered yet, you should be riding with me.
You should.
You should be siding with me.
Yeah.
When I hear some dudes stuff talking about like I don't want to say the gender pay gap and everything but they like a certain type of conversations, I was like, I get where you're coming from. Like, because you could be a father with like 3 girls.
Right.
And you could be outgirled and stuff in your house. You have wife and 3 girls and everything like that. But I'm like, what about when it comes to you Eventually, these are gonna be your problems.
Right.
You don't think it's gonna be your problem? So I always felt like they weren't really looking for pussy. They're just like anti-men for some reason.
Just anti-man.
I feel like this is men.
I think they're looking for pussy.
They're looking for pussy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. I mean, there could be some touch with the anti-men in them, but you're right. You're one of us at some point.
One of us. One of
You
us.
you gotta
One of
realize,
us.
you know,
Yo,
you're playing for the wrong team.
that's what one would say, but shit.
So maybe you're like a spy.
Is there an ideal image of a man?
Not no more.
What was it before then? You gonna say your burly word? You love that
I
word?
was gonna say the burly man from the woods.
Oh,
He chopped down trees and brought home firewood.
So that was the ideal man. How long ago was that? Give me a circa time frame.
Come on, that was maybe 80s. I think 80s is when we stopped seeing men for men being men, and more seeing them entering into the
The woman's space.
Yeah.
Prince.
yeah.
Prince with the long hair, those kind of freak calls and everything like that.
Right.
I feel like even the white dudes, like the rockers,
Yeah.
most of them look like chicks. Aerosmith, you look like a lady.
See
Look at that. Look at that song.
and I want to say really the like for me the fitness craze too, because
Fitness.
because you had men who were going to the gym to bulk up, right?
Mm.
Men never went to the gym to be in shape. So they didn't do classes like cardio classes and that sort of thing until for like the fitness craze came around. So now men are more looking to, you know what I mean? They're not looking to bulk up and be this hulking person. No, they're just looking to, you know, maybe to lose something off the gut, kind of look more, you know, more slender, more healthier. You know, the whole health craze kicked in. Before it was considered to be like, yo, you ate the most disgusting and hardback food and put it in your stomach, you were a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had that bare belly, you were a man.
So there's no ideal man and stuff for the like vision of an ideal man and stuff in today's time, because you have the non-binary folk now entering the fray, and they will claim nothing,
right?
But they will put on a mini skirt and stuff like that with some Timbs and just confuse the fuck out of everybody when you're seeing them.
Yeah.
And then you have another set and stuff where some guys would just be, I want to say, the Nautica fitness, with the shirts tucked in into the short, like you know, I want to say the button-up shirt, long sleeve, shorts, rolled up,
right,
and everything with the boat shoes and everything.
But even with that, there's like that fine line, right? That fine line of masculine chic. Right before it hits over to metrosexual, because once you cross that metrosexual, now they start questioning you what team you on.
Yeah, but even now, what is considered metrosexual, whatever? Because like, all right, you had posts and stuff where you put like mud mask on. That's metro to some men.
But that's what I'm saying, right? So
is skincare not needed?
Skincare definitely needed, but a real man would tell you that's not real man things, and it's probably on some of that list where I can't wear a mud mask. It's probably.
Would you like me to check the list for you?
On the list where I can't wear. I can't take care of my skin.
Let me see. Let me check this list real quick. Run down. False. You're allowed. It's on.
I'm allowed?
Yeah, it's not on the list.
Okay. All right.
Taking selfies though is a questionable thing. You take a lot of selfies and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's on the list. So that's a no bueno on the list. No bueno.
See, I can't even look good for my damn self. It's hard being a man.
I think the ideal image of a man back then, for me, I would probably go as far as like I guess like the 70s.
The 70s
was a suit up type of thing.
Right.
Clean cut, well put together and stuff like that. You don't got to be a looker. Because even like movies like Dolomite and the Mac and all that type of stuff, it was suit.
Yeah.
Like I always said, like, man make the suit don't make the man and everything like that. And for me, it was kind of that man built with that sharp, well put together and stuff look. Because even if you're a construction dude, a carpenter and everything like that, you're not that all day.
No.
you have a time so where you're off where you can have your time to suit up and everything like that, whatever, too, right?
Right.
In the modern day time and stuff, to be honest, ideal version of a man to me, probably that somebody just has respect of like other people and just is confident. I feel like a confident man, you're not really too much of a feeble man to me.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're confident in what you do. So even if you are that trans, that non-binary person wearing the skirt and everything like that, if the fact you can go outside your house in like a mini skirt and some Timbs and function, like everything's, your confidence is already A1.
Right.
So run with that.
Right.
I feel like when
What
you
if he's running with that and he runs into you and he say, "What up, man?" He says, "I'm not a man. I'm a woman."
He confident with his bullshit. Straight goods. Confident with his bullshit. But at least, that's what I'm saying. You want to own that. Because I always look at stuff like the world is not ideal to how some people see it in their head. We discussed this before. There's overall truth and there's the person's personal reality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So your personal reality and stuff ain't really like the overall truth. But motherfuckers and stuff would just think that it is.
Yes.
So they'll leave point A, their house, to point B, job or in transit and stuff to point B and everything like that. And looking like, why is everybody staring? Because you wearing a miniskirt and some Timbs. So you got hairy ass legs.
Mm-hmm. At least shave.
So that's it.
Shave your legs.
Would you be considered straight if you shave your
that's
legs?
not manly.
You ever shaved your legs before?
Never.
I never.
Never.
I have no plans of even touching razor blades.
Never. Listen, even when I heard swimmers do it because it made them faster in the swimming pool, I'm like,
bitch, you don't swim anyway.
how much faster did it really make it in the swimming pool?
To be honest, I never really like swam for like track meets and stuff, for meets and everything like that, whatever.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't really know, but
Right.
most people and stuff, the dudes that I know, they're damn near kind of hairless anyway. Like I don't seem like with a little bit of taco meat or anything like that, whatever. They're kind of just aerodynamic.
They get rid of the body hair.
Oh, they think, yeah. That.
Makes them go faster. I don't know where.
Does your political leader have to have a height requirement?
Yeah, I think he has to be imposing.
What does that mean?
He means like he just looks like he'll run up to you and punch you in your face if you talk to him wrong.
He has to look like this burly guy you're talking.
Yeah, he has to look burly.
Is Justin Trudeau with his burly type?
I don't know. I mean, it's just,
I don't know. Your head's shaking no.
I don't know,
Why
man.
The people that can't see this on the YouTube,
he's too cute looking. He's too, you know what I mean? He doesn't, even when he tried to grow the beard, he tried to grow the beard for that purpose. You know he tried to grow the beard for that purpose.
I thought it was for COVID purpose.
Is that what he did? That's what he said it was. He's just trying to look more tough.
So
it didn't work.
You can look too cute with a beard? Do I look cute with a beard or I look manly?
No, he looked manly. It works in your case. Okay. In his case, it didn't work.
Okay.
And you know what it is? It don't even have to be the beard because look at Putin. Putin just, you know what it is?
Clean shave.
You can't smile either. You have to have that. You have to have that serious. You gotta have the height, the girth to go with it, and that serious looking face. Because if you smile too much, you can't. You're too friendly, man.
Trump smiled every now and then.
Yeah, but Trump's smile is, Trump's whole personality is just a whole different swag altogether. So he could have smiled and get away with it.
So okay, Trump's a manly man.
Trump's a manly man.
Okay. Trudeau is not. Let me think of another leader. Macron.
No.
Not a manly man?
No, not a manly man.
But he's smashing his teacher, his former teacher.
Yeah, but
that's as good as it gets, though.
He's like when he's one of those parties. Was he the one that was holding the bunga bunga? Who was holding the bunga bunga parties?
What the hell's the bunga bunga parties?
When they had all the leaders would go to the parties and they had like the women there that were provocatively dressed and carrying on ways. You never heard of the bunga bunga parties?
Mm-mm.
Okay, we gotta Google it after the show. But it was one of those. It was one of those French leaders, right?
A French leader, no.
I think, yeah. So I was just I wasn't sure if it was Marcon. But again, it's like, if you're having too much fun or seem like you're partying too much, there ain't nobody gonna take you serious. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta have that. You gotta have that look of, I'm gonna go out to, and if I gotta go out to war tomorrow, I can just simply just put on the boots with the suit and go fight the war.
So between us on this show, I'm more of the, you can't take me too serious, and you are the more serious taking person.
Yeah.
Because I laugh a lot.
Yes.
That's fucked.
And you're the survival specialist.
I mean,
I'm piggybacking on you when the world goes to hell.
Wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. So you really do see, you need an image.
You do.
There's an image for even a man and stuff. There's still an image and stuff for a man, even a political leader.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I mean, look when Trudeau first came on. It was like the boy king. That's what they were calling him.
Because his father was once prime minister,
right? And look at his boyish looks. That's what he was a media darling because of his looks, not because he ran the country.
Media darling. You shouldn't say that about a man. You're fucked. You're fucked.
I'm pushing the stock way low.
I don't think he's getting a re-election. No way, Brian.
You won't be able to fight no wars after me.
No, because I look.
Which is funny because look at Napoleon. Napoleon was a short ass man.
Allegedly. You know how tall Napoleon was?
No, how tall was he?
5'7".
5'7". Okay. And then back then, because that was a common height back then.
No, back then the common height for like the average Frenchman was about like 5'9", 5'10".
5'9", 5'10". Okay, so he was still short for his standard.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But he wasn't like, they made it seem like he was a gimp.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Right. And it was, what's his wife? Marie Antoinette? She was 5'8".
She was 5'8". Okay.
So she was a little bit taller than him, and then plus, remember the women wore heels and stuff like that.
But so Napoleon, didn't he wear heels too?
Yeah, but he had, I want to say wedges. Yeah, wedges. He had the wedges. They had like what's this one chick called? The kitten heels? The kitten like some itty bitty ass heel. And like, with the buckle on them.
Right. The big buckle.
They had the, the bootleg platform stuff going on for the women, right? I look at it stuff as where I didn't really think that, I knew height was an issue. Yeah. But I didn't think that would have been a reason not to like vote for a person or choose a person as a leader and stuff like that. Because I guess if that be the case, this is, we spoke about this before. This is why I guess you already put a gay leader and stuff in front of a country and stuff as of now. Because the climate and stuff isn't ready for it. Because if I run a country and stuff, whatever, like, let's say, like Russia, if I'm Putin and stuff, whatever, you're in Canada and you know, not you, but, you might somebody on the, Prime Minister Skittles, Right. And my Prime Minister Skittles and stuff come up and be like, soft ass country. We'll bomb your shit, nigga, next week.
But just think of like the, your military defense.
Were they playing YMCA and training regiment?
When they're talking about the leader of the new country, it's like, they're not gonna want somebody who they feel like is going to not be manly or perform in a manly situation or might have too much feelings. Because if you have too much feelings, you may not want to do what I have plans to do when I'm going into that next country and crushing the living soul.
Is that part of the reason why there's not too many women leaders and stuff out here?
Yeah, I would say. I say that because the women who are in power have to get rid of that. Have either gotten rid of that stigmatization or have shown traits that they can, if they need be, push that button or do that damage.
Gotcha.
Remember Hillary Clinton? They threw her in some pantsuits, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, they took all the femininity out of her.
They did, but I want to say, I think before Hillary even got to the podiums, she still was shot to shit with the whole Bill Clinton stuff, right?
Right.
To me, in my eyes. And Cat Williams said the joke, but I kind of live by it, be like, yo, you couldn't control one dick, much less you got to control a whole country full of dicks. Like, I don't think you're right for this job.
Right.
I don't think you're right for this job. Now someone like, oh, that's not fair and everything. I might be like, you can't take care of home. What's this? You're gonna take care of a country? Master that land first, that landscape first, then come out and tell us and come holler and everything like that, right? So I don't know, but the image of a man is kind of fucked. Would you be okay with a man like, let's say, I guess, trying to be more conscious to what he looked like and everything like that?
Yeah.
So what if a man said he wanted to get like a surgery or something like that? Because they're out here breaking splints. To get taller, like the height surgery. Like we don't have that many things up for us yet.
Right.
But they're like, they got the dick measurement thing. Would you be okay if a guy told you he was gonna get a BDD, a big dick drop? Like
I mean, I try to talk and motivate.
Why?
Let them know that they have the pills. Try to go the safe route first before you go to surgery. And I mean, if it comes to the point that you have to go surgery, then whatever makes you happy.
Because I feel like a lot of women and stuff, they run for the alternative. A lot of them are doing more surgery,
right,
to change their body and their looks and everything like that before everything. I always like, change your attitude before you change your makeup, right?
Yeah.
But then some women and stuff, they're just like, nah, I'm gonna get this stomach and then I'm gonna be this. So I'm like, I'm under 6 foot now. Like, should I break some splints and stuff in my shins and go out for this height surgery?
I mean, if it makes you feel better.
You're considerate, man.
It makes you feel better.
You're considerate, man.
But I don't think like men or women should have the need to go underneath surgery just to enhance themselves. Just like you is saying, you work on your inner beauty. You've already enhanced something about you, and probably the more important thing about you. And then you'd be surprised how much that inner beauty attracts the real things that you want, as opposed to people who are just going to be attracted by your outer beauty.
For me, I look at it stuff as where when I have my modes of getting health conscious, it changes an overall like dynamic, and like it has like a trickle down effect. If I say, all right, I'm going to be more health conscious of what I eat, push-ups, sit-ups, and all that type of stuff, whatever, it's now like honing in my mind to kind of like tailor out, to cut some of the bullshit out and kind of make me more focused to kind of live this path and stuff for this duration. Right? And I feel like that in itself is like an extra bonus and stuff towards life.
Yeah.
But some people and stuff, and when you bypass and you don't go that route, that's why I feel like the mentality won't really change too much.
Got it.
What is big dick energy? In the words of
I think that word replaced machismo.
Machismo.
Remember machismo?
Yeah, throwback.
Right. So when you're oozing machismo,
you're oozing big dick energy.
That's big dick energy.
Could big dick energy be toxic or no?
It could be probably mistaken for toxic, but I don't think it should be. I mean, the person who's giving it off is trying to be toxic or anything like that. He just, you're feeling yourself.
You're confident.
Yeah.
Confident. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just confidence.
But I've always said there's a thin line between confidence and conceitedness.
Yes. So I guess it can dance and stuff, but it's more on the confidence side than it is on. Should a man pay for the first date?
Yeah, I don't see why not. But it shouldn't be anything extravagant.
Oh, we back on the Tim Hortons thing again? We're back on the coffee. We're back coffee date.
We're back to Tim's. We're back to Tim's, man.
I feel that
maybe a low-key pizza joint. Something fun.
I ran into a lot of women. Like I've dated a good portion of women and everything like that. And I've ran into a few women that were definitely like, oh, I'm paying for the first date type of thing.
Yeah.
And I've come from a world where this is kind of standard for me.
Yeah.
So now our ideology and stuff are clashing now, right?
Right.
And I'm looking at him like, I asked him like, if you pay for the first date, does this mean I get a second date?
Right.
And when I hear that,
Fair.
I hear that, they're like, yeah, like, okay, just you want to make mark of a woman, because I feel like some women and stuff to be like, I don't need a man to pay for this or that. I got this, whatever house I'm living, I bought it. You know, the car I'm driving, I bought all that shit.
Right.
So I'm looking at him like, I know you don't need me. And I got to a conversation and stuff with some women and stuff recently that they're like, men want to be needed. Do you agree to that?
Yeah.
Today's time?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like men want to be wanted. Tell me why you think men want to be needed.
I think men want to be needed because it's, again, like training.
Who are you training?
We want to be needed because we feel like that's the role we're supposed to play.
I wasn't taught that.
You weren't taught that.
Now my thing and stuff is that you do you. Like I was raised more from my mom.
Right.
And she's like, you do what you do and stuff, whatever, because you got to be able to function and stuff without the woman. So when you get the woman and stuff like that, you're able to at least sustain. So she realizing stuff that like, yo, you don't need her.
Right. You don't need her. But you want the fact that know that she needs you.
I always want her to want me. I don't want her to need me.
You want her to want you?
Yeah. I don't want her to need me, man. Like, I need you to pay these bills. I need you to do this. And like, you need me to rub your back. You need me to some other things and stuff. I would want a woman to want me. I wouldn't want a woman to need me.
Mm.
That's just me. You want your woman to want you, to need you.
I'd have a mixture of both. Want and need.
Want and need?
Yeah.
Nah, you a needy motherfucker. You need a motherfucker to need you. Nah, don't try to switch up now, nigga. Don't switch up.
Want and need.
Want and need?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's gotta want me to a certain extent.
To the folks listening to this,
need me for
it's Not Your Average Shit He Says. This moment, this is a segment. It's brought to you by Shit Not Your Average Joseph Says. She needs you. Just got this shit, man.
She needs me.
You want her to need you. Why though? Like, I'm curious. Like, why? If she needs you,
right?
It feels controlling to me.
Why would it be controlling?
Because it feels like it's stuff like if you don't do these things and stuff like that, whatever, then she can't function. She should be able to have a whole autonomy by her.
She can function, but it's okay to need. It's okay to need me if you still can function.
So what do you want your wife to need you for? Tell me 3 things.
All the things she doesn't want to do. Right now,
what if she don't want to do shit, but just
right now, my wife she doesn't even like to look at the garbage. I take it up. No problems asked. No questions. She can do it.
Okay, so that's part of the training thing you were talking about, right? Were you trained like that?
The man should take out the garbage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like chores like that is, I brought up doing it like a man doing it. I see my father always doing it.
Take out the garbage and everything like that.
When garbage day come, roll the garbage out the front and stuff like that.
Mm.
My wife, she can shovel. I don't expect her to shovel. I go out and when it snows, I shovel the driveway. She'll ask me if I need help. I'll tell her no. I'm good. I got it.
No, babe, I got this because you need me to shovel this snow. You need me. You need me to shovel this snow. God bless you. God bless you. We're down to one of the last questions. Last topics. Is there a right and a wrong way to be a man? Now, we covered a lot of stuff and everything like that, but to you, do you feel like there's a right way to be a man and there's a wrong way to be a man? Like for me, I feel like a wrong way to be a man is egotistical.
Right.
Egotistical, narcissistic, and no compassion.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like the classic man that I remember is more of a dog-eat-dog kind of world.
Right.
Kind of demeanor, but I feel like when I always butcher it and stuff, whatever, but it's kind of like when you live a life serving to others, it's kind of like a fulfilling life.
Yes.
So I feel like you run your shit. Like you take care, like me as a man, I take care of my own world and everything like that. But if I'm able to help out and stuff in your world, another person's world and anything and stuff, whatever.
Right.
That's a true definition of a man to me.
Yeah. I would add on top of that, because I think it goes hand in hand, respect and honor.
Respected on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
I mean, because the respect of another person is going to lead you to do the same things what you're just talking about. And honor, if you're an honorable type of person, you're automatically gonna help your fellow man or your fellow woman, right? It's you always look at it as it's not just about you. We sing it all the time. It's like no man's an island, right?
Right.
It's a nation and it's a group thing.
Right.
Being a part of something also.
What do you mean?
To just get rid of that individual mentality. It's like
They have to be part of a group?
being a part of, not necessarily a group, but being part of something that affects change.
Be a part of something that affects change.
It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be a large thing, but it could just be something that's small for the betterment of everybody.
Okay, all right.
You know what I mean?
The betterment of mankind.
Right.
Gotcha. I was about to say
you contribute in some way, somehow.
Well, because I was about to say, like, like you have those what's the pedophile group? NAMBLA? You got NAMBLA. They're part of a group.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's betterment of man.
There's no
that's why I said I'm like,
there's no betterment.
You better finish your damn statement before I jump in on this shit. But I'm like, okay, here we go. And we're back. Okay, is there a wrong way to be a man?
Again, I would say the individualism, being to self and only thinking about self and not
cutthroat, dog, because
that would lead to those tendencies. It's opposite of what we just talked about, right? It's like
you're right.
You'll screw your fellow man to get ahead. In
more ways than some. We live in a different world.
You're right.
That was a joke that you didn't even know.
I had to circle back to it and kind of
It was just one of the tossed up shots. Count it. That's what it was. I think for me, I can agree with you. Like I can agree. Like if you move in a kind of selfish kind of demeanor,
right?
Where the dirty macking, those type of things you talk about and shit like that, undercutting another man instead of help, like lifting him up and everything like that, helping fellow man.
Right.
That's the reason why like the male feminists, I feel like I have a dislike towards them because I feel like they try to.
Oh shoot! They dirty macking of a different kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like they're doing things and stuff to like kind of undercut man, right? And I don't think you should be doing things and stuff along those lines.
Yeah.
Just say you're about equal rights.
Yeah, what I was about to say, like you could be about some things and not be a male feminist.
Yeah, just be about equal rights.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, man. We are here. Are you ready for the question of the week?
I'm ready.
Question of the week. Would you rather be a white man with $250,000 in your bank account or a black man with $3 million in your bank account?
Black man with $3 million.
Why?
Why? Because I feel some way, somehow, I can make the $3 million work more than I can make the $250,000.
Being a black man.
Being a black man.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. I looked at stuff as that where privilege is real.
It is. It's very real.
Privilege is real. And I know what I would do with the $3 million if as a black man.
Mm-hmm.
To kind of come up and I can... my idea is I could probably definitely turn it into generational wealth. But the white man come up, no. I mean, when everything's all alley-oop for you... Right this way, kind sir. Right this way. Splendid. Here's a champagne while you wait for a higher loan of $1 million to get. So I feel like the world and stuff, it will be a little bit different on that side. I'm not trying to highlight and say like everything about me, I love being a black man.
Right.
Minus the hardships that it comes with and all the above. And it's not even like I could picture myself any other type of way, but I look at it stuff as that even if I was a white man and stuff, whatever, once I quadruple my money and stuff, whatever, I'm taking those pills. I'm getting darker.
It'll get darker.
You're going to catch me with a...
Revigiligo?
You can go check Revigiligo?
Revigiligo?
Nah. I think I'm going to be one of those I'll probably be one of those white dudes and stuff, get tatted up to kind of look like I'm hood.
Yeah.
And wear a do-rag and stuff, whatever, underneath the braids.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, so get me a chick like, how you doing, my Nubian queen?
Ashe.
Yo, exactly.
Yo, imagine a white dude looking at a Nubian queen saying, Ashe, princess.
No, just picture a white dude be like, I'm Hotep. You'll be like, how? How, colonizer? Be like, no. We are all black, okay? We all come from Africa.
You seen a National Geographic study?
You're here.
We are here.
All right. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Society of the Sons this week says, always remember, drunk words are sober thoughts. A lot of times people use the liquid courage to pull out those words, but it's really and truly their truest intentions, what they're feeling when they get liquored up or inebriated. So do remember, drunk words are sober thoughts. All right, folks. Like, comment, subscribe. All streaming platforms possible. PodicalSons.com. And at Podical Sons on the social media platforms and stuff as well.
Yes, sir.
Do remember to participate in the polls when they come up on the Mondays and the Thursdays. We love to hear your feedback and keep sending and submitting the Ask the Sons questions because we definitely love those. And thank you. Once again, thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace.
Deuces.
The Podical Sons was not your average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.